Summon theme song! Rufus. Wizard!
Welcome back, one and all, to the Wizard Nerdcast. As usual, I'm Jane.
As usual, I'm Mare.
I'm Tenelli.
Oddly enough, I'm DK.
And we're here reviewing the Green Inferno, Eli Roth's brilliant fucking green. And I mean brilliant green, like as in it's brilliantly green.
Well, they were wearing like safety colors.
Inferno. Well, they were wearing chartreuse safety outfits, which I have. First of all, the whole reason they even got captured in the first place was because they were wearing these outfits.
Yeah,
fucking idiots.
they didn't even bother taking them off before getting on the plane.
Look, we're gonna find plot holes throughout this movie.
No.
That's it. You need to accept that. It's that kind of movie.
No.
So, okay, the Green Inferno, or as fans of these horror films call it, the sequel to Cannibal Holocaust.
That's
basically
wrong.
Yeah, it's not the sequel.
Well, it's a pet name. It's a pet name.
Homage
People are
to
wrong.
just tribute to whatever. You know?
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Is what she's saying.
But it's not the sequel to it.
No.
He just loves that movie and wanted to do something like it.
Yeah. He went further in than they
Yeah.
did too, didn't he? He made it a point to find out where they went to film Cannibal Holocaust and was like, we're going a mile extra.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, didn't he? You guys were talking about that he just went to them and showed them the movie.
Found some a real fucking tribe.
Yeah.
Who never even seen electricity.
Is that legit?
Like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
real.
those people in that movie. They're acting. They're they're a tribe, but they're a tribe that's acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the story goes.
They had no idea what a TV was, or they didn't know what snow was.
Yeah.
Just because where they're at, it's constantly 80 to 100 degrees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he brought them. I think it was just a projector or a big screen, and put on Cannibal Holocaust and showed the whole tribe.
And I heard that they laughed at Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
When they watched it, they thought it was legit a comedy. They're
That's really
this
funny.
shit's hilarious. Because they I think it's one of those tribes where it's they used to do it
Right.
a while back, but they kind of just don't do that anymore. You know, they've grown a little bit as a society. But
That movie legitimately made my stomach turn.
yeah.
And I didn't even watch.
Well,
the
you're
movie.
kind of
You
a
just watched
squeeb,
the whole-
so...
I watched
Deaths.
5 minutes of all the deaths.
7:51.
No, it was 4:55.
It was 4:44.
11,
Whatever.
12.
There you go. She was right. It was 4:44. I was waiting for one of you to say that.
It was fours. It was all fours.
And then we also watched the shit sequence.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Oh,
They all left and then made the.
You didn't show in the
smelly
bathroom
scene.
scene though. The other bathroom scene. When the dude was pissing and the fucking tarantula was walking by his dick.
Yeah.
oh!
A tarantula tried to bite my dick off.
Yeah.
That movie was.
Got some root.
And he made it a point. Eli Roth loves to
close-up
show
of some root,
dicks.
yeah.
He made it a point to show most of that dude's dick. Because,
Yeah.
I swore I saw a bit of head. Because, why? Why did he show that much?
And like I said when that happened too, I was just like, all right, so he's gonna get his dick bitten off later. They're gonna make it a thing, you know.
Right.
That's why they did that. It's hey, you see this guy's dick?
No.
We're gonna
Did he?
cut it off later. And then no, nothing. I'm like, all right, that was just gratuitous dick.
Oh, it's just like Wolf Cop. That had gratuitous wolf dick.
But they
yeah,
paid
but
off with some tits.
when I want a fucking white yellow-eyed monster in a fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie, it's so unheard of, motherfuckers.
Here's
but
the thing.
anyway,
That dick was his apology for Hostel. And the amount of boobs in that movie. It's hey, look,
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I can calm down too. All right, here.
Here's the dick.
Take one.
Here's one for the ladies.
Yeah, but women aren't asking for dicks.
Yeah, no, dicks are gross.
They are. ugly.
Yeah,
Pretty
it
like-
is
It is a horror movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
To be
fair
fair.
point. Yeah.
You only see dicks in horror movies, really.
So let's talk about the horror. How did we feel scary-wise or uncomfortable-wise or creepy?
It was
How'd get
definitely
to you?
mostly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, that made me just watching the deaths made me
It's
uncomfortable.
just seeing shit with fingernails or teeth. It just kind of gets under your skin a little bit. You know, you feel it.
Like when the dude, they just lay the dude out on the slab and hack his limbs off one by one.
Yeah.
And each limb takes a couple slaps.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck that,
he
digging his
comes
eyeballs
down
out.
with it. No, that's no.
Dug his
the
eyeballs
limbs are
out, cut off
worse.
his tongue, and then chopped all of his limbs off.
Yeah.
And he was moving around through most of it.
And the one
screaming.
scene where they take all the girls and
Yeah.
the witch doctor, has this like looks like a tooth or a claw or something that she has hollowed out and put on her finger. She wears on her finger, and she sticks it up,
Yeah.
sticks it up in there, and like tests all of them, and comes to the last one, and she ends up being a virgin or whatever. So they use her,
You
and
see
they're
a little
gonna.
blood drip down the leg.
Yeah. But so she ends up getting the other two end up getting fed to people.
And then female genital mutilation.
Yeah. Oh
Or
yeah.
FGM.
Well, no, it never actually happened. They never got to cut it off.
Oh no, but they were winding up to that shit.
Oh yeah, they had a whole scene in the
Yeah,
beginning
nope.
with a
that hook
class.
was on the inside of her thigh. Like it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
almost there, and that was one of the ones where I was just like, oh fuck, like I don't
Yeah,
even
like,
have one
don't
of
do
those.
it.
Like,
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
like
I
every
feel
moment.
for you, man. Like I don't want my dick cut off. I'm sure it's like the same thing. It's fucked up.
I was like, this movie is this is the worst situation a human being could ever possibly be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
As soon as that girl shit in that cage, it became the worst possible situation. Like that was the last thing that could have gone wrong.
that one kid had the fucking one line in there that I kind of thought the same when he was like, I wish I died in that plane crash.
Yeah.
Because like,
Yeah.
I'd feel the same way. Yeah. The one girl
And-
killed herself in there.
Because
Thought nothing of it either.
they feed them. They actually feed them their friends, pieces of their friends, and the one girl gets the bowl, the shit girl. She gets a bowl and she gets to the bottom, and a piece of her friend's tattoo is in there.
Yeah.
And you see the kids of the tribe with the pictures cut out of the girls' tattoos,
Yeah.
and
And
they're
they're just, like,
sticking them on themselves,
on their chests and shit, and they're like,
Wearing
look
them.
at this, I got one now.
So she smashes the fucking bowl on a rock next to her and slits her throat.
like without even like hesitation,
Nope.
it, like saw the thing, it hit her, and then smash cut. Like I was like, whoa, that was quick. That was
Yeah.
a fast
Yeah.
decision. But in that situation, I guess like as soon as you get confident enough to make that happen, you're like, yeah, let's do it.
Fuck
Like,
it.
yeah.
Well, she had looked
would've.
around at the kids. She saw the kids and looked around and was like, nope, smash, slit.
Yeah.
And squirt, squirt, squirt.
Yeah.
Squirt, squirt, squirt.
And then, like, the one girl got away but didn't.
No, that's the girl.
That was the girl that got
tattooed
away.
girl.
The one that got in the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
the
she was covered
tattooed
in
girl.
tattoos. Yeah. That
Oh,
was
shit.
the girl that smashed the bowl. That was her girlfriend.
So they never, I know that. They never showed her being found.
No.
I just realized that then. That's crazy.
All of a sudden, they just find out they're eating her. Like
That's
it's like, well,
crazy.
she didn't make it. Like,
That's so crazy.
yeah, it's fucked
What
up shit.
happened?
Because,
The girl, they thought she escaped. The girl with all the tattoos.
Okay.
And the girl who killed herself, that was her girlfriend. So they thought she got out, and she ran. She hit a boat, and that was the last you saw of her.
Right.
And then it went to next morning, and they start feeding them in the cage, and that's when she sees the girl's tattoo on the bottom of the thing. It was
Okay.
like they all thought like maybe she got away, maybe she's getting help, you know.
Right.
And it was like nope, they ate her. Like she's dead. They
I
cooked her
got
for
that
breakfast.
bitch.
Oh, that was that scene when they were tearing into the one dude that
Alive,
they,
yeah.
and then the little kid right at the very end of the scene that I saw, the little kid's running away with like a leg.
Yeah, I love that kid.
What
Like,
the fuck?
Well,
I was like,
that
fuck
whole
yeah, dude,
scene,
get some.
they actually stuffed their friend's body, the one that slit her throat, they stuffed their body with like an ounce of weed, or like a pound of weed, or a whole bunch of fucking weed.
Right.
Stuffed it,
honestly,
down her throat.
It was
Where
like
did
a
they-
half
It
ounce.
It was a
stick.
half, yeah.
It was like a little less than a half ounce.
Where did that?
No,
go?
it was a lot of weed.
No, it was.
He had
really,
it tucked in his sock.
It really was not that
I thought
much.
it was more.
Nah.
But so they stuff it down her throat, and they go and they cook her, and
They like smoke her.
yeah.
And then so they all start eating her and shit, and then they're all just like laughing and like check out these bones, like you know, like and just being
And then
stupid
like
and high.
They
all at
almost
the same
escaped.
time, they all like just passed out.
Yeah, like some of them start just like clocking off. A lot of them are still awake and shit, but they're like, all right, they're
They're
fucking
not paying
stoned as hell.
attention, yeah.
Right.
Let's do it. So he goes, he starts running, like making a break for it. No. Fucking bro stabs him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to climb out, and there's one asshole there the whole time who's like, as long as you guys are here, there's more for them to eat, less chances I'm going to get eaten. He's a
Right.
dick.
Oh, yeah,
wanted to
the
die
guy that
whole
brought
time.
them there.
Yeah, the guy who brought them there in the first place for the protest. And then, so they're like pushing him out of the cage, and he runs up and just like stabs him in the side of the leg.
What the fuck?
And it's just like, hey, sorry, like I need you here. And they're like, fuck it, and they push him out anyway.
Well, he stabbed him with a dart. A dart that knocks him out.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And so he starts running.
This is why they had to get him stoned, because every time they tried to escape, there was one on guard that would fucking shoot.
Dart him like
Oh.
instantly, you know. And that dude fell when he passed out.
And that's what that dust was you saw when she blew
Oh,
in
they
their
blew
face.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
It has the same effect to him. Like they just instantly go down.
Yeah. And so he starts running, and then like they see him, they catch up with him, and like two guys are there, and they start laughing, and he starts laughing. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, you guys are fucking stoned. All right, cool, yeah." Like, and then they just like grab his arm.
He starts showing finger tricks and
He
shit.
does like the twist the fingers around to make the worm thing,
Yeah.
and then he does the remove the thumb thing.
Yeah.
And they like take his hand, and he's just like, "No, it's not real." And then they just start chomping into his hand, and he's like, "Shit, they got the munchies," or something corny like that.
Yeah, he says that.
And then they all just start piling on and chewing into him raw.
Like little ass kids, and they make it a point to show a little ass kid biting into his neck and ripping the flesh
Yeah.
off. Like the only thing they don't show actually is any actual shit. Like when the chick shits in the cage, you don't see any splatter or anything, and
Which,
that
like,
I
that's okay.
appreciate.
Yeah.
I
Maybe that's the
appreciate
line
that.
he doesn't want to cross.
Yeah, because that's not really gross. He'll show some root, some balls, but no shit, and that's good. I'm okay with that. But, like, that's pretty much the only thing they don't show. Everybody else, you see everything that happens to people. You watch that dude go into shock, like, while he's getting his limbs cut off. Like, and, like...
Unblinking cameras.
It's so uncomfortable. Like, the whole thing is just like, oh my god, that's terrible. And then they feed their friends to them, and that's terrible.
and then they almost
like,
get away, and then they get caught.
the worst
and then-
situation ever. Even the beginning of the movie, not the beginning, but when they first get there, like they're on they're like protesters or whatever, like fucking, what do they call them?
Dumbass college kids, cause heads.
Yeah, some
Cause
activist
heads.
kids,
Yeah.
and they go there and they chain themselves to the bulldozers and the trees and everything. And the one girl doesn't get chained all the way. They set her up, like, and so they get her, and then they put her on her knees and hold a gun to her head. But they all have their phones out and they're recording. And they're all
Live
yelling about it.
streaming.
Yeah, live
Yeah.
streaming. So it just ends up, and it's like really tense because like you think she's gonna get shot for a second, and so there's already not a good situation for that. So
Right.
they're basically in the cage the whole time in the village, waiting for those bulldozers to get there.
Yeah, because turns out asshole dude wasn't really protesting to protest.
Right.
He made a deal with a guy down there to stop that bulldozing crew so that this other guy could make a bid and come in with his bulldozing crew. So the whole time they were like, shit, and we stopped the bulldozers. And he's like, well, actually, the bulldozers are still coming. And then they all want to murder him more.
Yeah, they just hate him.
I would have murdered that dude, like, right off the bat. Like, just
Yeah,
like,
and they
here,
sabotage
eat
the
him
plane.
first. Like, fuck it.
I don't know. Those kind of movies are unnecessary.
It's
to me.
just terrible because that happens to them, and then they get on the plane to finally leave, and they think they played the military. They think they played them because they thought they were locked up, but they paid the guy to dress up like military, and they just got on a private plane and flew off. Then the plane, and in the beginning, when they're first on the plane, the one girl's like, "I just hate small planes. They make me feel like I'm gonna crash." The plane
Jesus.
engine explodes and then they crash. Like, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
You watch people get ripped out of the plane from while they're
Three people
going
die
down.
in the crash. Oh wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4 people die in the crash alone. Both pilots.
Yeah.
One girl's seat just gets ripped out the back as they're falling, and you see her fall to the ground later. And another dude just makes it out of the crash, and like he walks over near the plane, and one of the propellers gets him in the head.
Donk. Yeah.
No, then 5 because there's someone else who flew from the plane and
Yeah.
a branch got stuck to his chest.
Yeah, he got impaled.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, because two
Yeah.
people flew
Actu-
immediately when
Yeah.
the back got ripped off.
So like
Yeah.
right
One
away,
and then
half
another.
the people are dead,
Yeah.
Fucking
and then they kill a girl
The-
right when they first find him, and it's just
Right through the
downhill.
throat.
and you're even saying
in the
like
head.
during that fucking plane scene when they're spinning.
Yeah.
He had them in a tube like that to make up look like a plane.
Yeah.
That plane, and he just spun them like to get the real effect from them.
Oh shit, motherfucker!
Like,
that sucks.
Yeah. There's, like, and when she was in the river, when she got like stuck in the river or whatever, she was swimming down thing. They only did the one take because she almost drowned in that take.
Yeah, that river's fucking serious
Yeah.
as shit. It's so fast.
No. Nope. Not watching it.
Yeah,
So
you are.
Tonelli, you get stuck there. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna kill myself like that chick did in that
Yeah.
fucking cage.
I don't know.
Without-
I'd hold out as long as I could.
No.
But if it came down to it, I'm keeping a pot shard on me just in case.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna try. Mm-hmm. But I'm going out on my terms if it comes down to
Yo,
it.
nobody's fucking eating me.
I ain't living through that shit. They can eat me. They can
Eat
fuck
me.
my
I'm dead.
Fuck
Eat
my
me.
skull holes.
I don't want to live through that.
I don't want-
That's
fuck-
the
that's what I'm
thing,
saying.
yeah.
I don't want to get
Fuck
my
no.
fucking eyes and my tongue and still be alive to feel that.
Yeah, fuck that with a 10-foot pole.
No.
Yeah, I would just be part of the tribe, so they wouldn't.
I'm part of you guys.
Hey!
Hey, let's eat these guys.
So let's talk a little bit about the look and the authenticity.
Contrast.
Yeah, exactly. They turned that contrast way up. It was bright green, the brightest of greens.
Turn the G up to 50.
Yeah.
He purposely does that in movies,
Yeah.
like with Hostel. And if you notice, like in
The
the beginning
reds
of
are
the
so
movie,
red.
that and the whole movie, not the whole movie, but like the first half of the movie is like really colorful and like contrasty and shit. And then once the first death happens,
It gets
that's
darker.
when everything just starts getting faded. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an artist.
Fancy.
In the way of like the original Italian torture
Isn't he the
movies
bear
and
Jew
shit.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, it's
damn straight.
the first thing that comes to my
And
mind.
the
Also
Stoner and,
hostile. Yeah.
And he was in Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man has eyebrows.
He does. He's the Zachary Quinto's brother,
Tack
right?
eyebrows.
They're brothers, right?
It looks so. I get them confused all the time.
No.
Yeah, no, for the longest time I thought it was Zachary Quinto in Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Because I watched it once when it first came out and then I didn't see it again for like a couple of years.
And then here
And I was like, that's Zachary Quinto. Like,
yeah,
get down, Heros.
they do look similar. Heroes. No hinder.
So, but how do you feel it like, how you guys feel it looked like authentic wise? Do you like feel like it looked like it could be like
When
realistic,
they were
even though it was
sawing
a real
that head
tribe?
off of Jonah, the big dude, when they were sawing that head off, it looked like they were sawing a head off.
Right?
Yeah.
And you
Chopping
heard
everything
it.
apart
It was all
real.
pretty rough. Yeah.
And you
the
heard
visual
the
effects were good.
The scrubbing.
Chalk. Like every time I hit.
yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. They were all like special effects wise, it was really good. Cinematography wise, I'd say it was like 50-50. Like there were some parts that were like really awesome and well shot and like cool angles, and then there were other parts where it's just like, well, this could have been done differently.
You know how I feel like it looked? I feel like it looked like it was shot as a documentary with like an invisible cameraman. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like has some rough shots and everything, but there's some really good setups sometimes.
Yeah,
and
all in all, I really liked it. Like visually,
I thought it
was
looked great. You
Yeah.
know, like the spanning shots of the jungle and
Very
like
cool.
just like the
When it got
vast
the real
greenness.
green stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was still very cool.
It makes
Greenest
it, you know,
trees I've ever seen.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's that contrast, man.
The
It's all
whole
about that
time,
contrast.
in the beginning and the end, when you see those big spanning green spots, I'm just like, each time me and Mara were both like, you know what? Green.
Right?
It's like I think the whole idea of it was to make it seem more vast, like something about like
Yeah.
it all appearing like one color, because that's what turning that contrast up does. It breaks up everything and turns it into solid blocks of green, you know.
Yeah, and just makes it
And like it
one
feels
big
like an
thing.
ocean, you know, and
Yeah.
you're just like, they're fucking in there, They're
Right.
gone.
You're never
Like,
finding
you know,
them
like,
motherfuckers.
exactly, it gives you that
Can-
like hopeless feeling.
Can we discuss the ending? Is that we can do that, right?
Yeah,
You've
spoilers.
already described the entire movie.
Spoilers
All
are
right.
Might
always
as well
in
get to the
effect.
end.
I just did. Oh, the ending just kind of bothered me.
Why?
What, her
That,
getting
like,
out?
Her getting out, and then like that weird like dream, like because I knew the ending was gonna have some kind of dream. I was like,
Yeah.
she's either gonna
You got
wake
that
up and
feeling,
still
yeah.
be there,
Yeah.
or like something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Like right at the end, I started feeling that too. I was like, why do I feel like this is going to end up, this was all a dream? And I was like, I'd be
Yeah.
really fucking pissed if they did that. But they didn't. They just threw in a weird dream where she pictured herself as a cannibal.
But not only that, like I didn't like that she like stuck up for him when she was like at the UN office and shit.
Us too. We were like, why the fuck? Who is that helping?
But at the same time, I realized none of those were really her friends.
Right, like
Like,
yeah, she
none
doesn't
of them.
really give a fuck about.
So?
But the big guy she liked, he was cool. Like, and she was cool with
some of the last words she said to him were "fuck off."
Yeah, understand.
And then the plane crashed, and then he got.
It wasn't like that.
But to be fair, they were kind of like friends. 'Cause,
Yeah, they
like,
were
he
friendly.
was friendly to her. But no, I agree with you on the end. At the end, like that. That's enough. Like, why are people like ruining the ends of the movies?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, it
Seriously.
didn't need to be that way.
It's
you
I would be
know?
like, yo, because and then also like they're making a sequel,
yeah.
but
Okay.
with the end of that movie, it doesn't seem like there's really a way to go into a sequel because it's just like no, there's no problem there, no need to go back.
No, there is, because she's built it up that she is friendly with them and like that they treated her
Oh, and
well.
he came back.
And like they're gonna Alan Grant her at some point. Someone's gonna go over there and they're gonna be like, "Shit, sorry, Alan. I know you hate to go back here, but we kind of need your expertise." You know,
Yeah.
it could be something like that because she was really great. She was awesome. in
She
the
was,
movie.
and I honestly thought that she was gonna like not go back, but I thought she was gonna end up getting protected by them
yeah, one
because
of
she
the
was
two,
protected them like with the camera at the end.
Yeah, yeah, they
Like,
kind of
she-
saw that. Yeah,
yeah.
they got the gist. But like, and at the same time though, like, I was telling her, I was like, I understand she wants to protect the people, and she understands that this is just their culture, and it's not really anything personal.
Like,
against
they
them.
saw them as the enemy.
right,
So.
and she
So
gets
they
it.
ate them alive?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Because
they
they're trying
wanted to make a
bulldoze
warning.
Bomb that fuck.
They're trying to
But-
destroy their life, their
What
world.
I'm saying is, she lied to protect them.
In their
It's like,
defense.
fine, if you want to protect them, that's okay, but you don't need to lie.
No.
You can straight up be like, yeah, they killed a few of our people, but to be fair, this is why we shouldn't be bulldozing the place. Like, there you go, you're saving them, and you're also like,
Not getting
don't
killed.
lie about that shit, because that's what gives you those crazy
Yeah,
nightmares you're
exactly.
having, you know? Like,
Don't-
just fucking be up front with it.
Don't like I don't know, stick off for them, but then don't bomb them. Just tell them don't fucking go there.
Exactly. It's
Like,
just like,
well,
so there's where we leave
That's
alone.
their land.
Yeah.
Like, just let them have it. It's
Yeah.
not that much.
They kill
Yeah, but
motherfuckers.
what happens when they start coming out? Like, you know what I mean?
They don't.
They
They
don't.
don't.
They've
haven't
been
for
there for
centuries.
hundreds of years.
No, they've been there for
Centuries.
like ever. Now. Isn't it just like a little like
Yeah,
Charles
it's-
They
Island?
don't
like a
have
100-yard
electricity.
So?
They don't have guns like
Their
in
form
Africa.
of transportation, legit in real life too. Like them makeshift boats were their real boats.
They
and
don't
there were
have
just carved
those.
logs that could fit what 3 people?
Yeah, because
One
if
on
it was
each
more,
end.
it would get,
Yeah.
it would sink.
They don't even have those old 90s Looney Tunes t-shirts that are always way too big for people.
You ever see those on tribes, like indigenous
Yeah.
tribes? Like, for some reason, they got a Bugs Bunny
Yo.
shirt. Like,
Asian terrorists, Asian pirates always wear those shirts.
it's like, why you got Tweety Bird on your chest?
Like, right? Like,
That or
and like
they
African gangsters, like South African gangsters, they wear that shit.
you'll see them wearing like Super Bowl champion shirts of the team that didn't win the Super
like
Bowl.
the-
yeah,
Because they always have the shirts ready right there. Like they have them both made.
yeah, yeah.
just like
And
whoever
they
wins.
donate the ones that.
That's how you
don't.
know they won't
It's
spread.
like, well, the Eagles won somewhere.
They have a good thing going where they are with their ecosystem. So you come in, you invade their fucking ecosystem. Of course they're going to spread. You just destroyed a big chunk of it. Like,
Yeah, no, they're very like closely knit, and it's a
Isolated.
very tight territory, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. And the point is, like, this isn't me. I don't know how I would feel after that. This is her. She wants to protect them. I'm saying if you want to do that, you can
Go
do that
about it a
and
different
still
way.
be,
Right.
honest. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to lie. That's the whole
Because
point.
then how are you going to tell that awesome fucking story that I got away from that shit?
Right, and like that's the other thing. It's like, fuck
Well,
yeah,
they
you
needed
survived
to-
that shit.
You know what I
Be
mean?
proud.
they
Yeah.
needed to appropriate the dream. They
And
needed
also-
to
What
was
make
the
that.
dream?
Huh?
She had a dream that she was coming out of class, and the guy that they went there with that brought them there had come back, and he's like, I came back, blah blah blah, and then she's a cannibal with teeth and eats his face. So she's having these dreams, obviously because she's lying. So they made that kind of, they had to make that work. You know what I
Right.
mean? They had to have that dream sequence.
I just want to say that dude that took him there, I felt like if I were in that movie, I probably would have been the scariest for him. Because the entire time he's like, yeah, we're getting out. Like, I know. He's like, we got bulldozers coming and whatever. And then when they brought out the other construction worker's head with like the yellow hard hat instead of the blue one.
Yeah.
And like you just see that look on his face and you're just like, all right, that's it.
He just gave up.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh man, that fucking sucks. And then she wouldn't fucking get him out.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him.
Especially if I was her.
Much.
Especially if I was
Would not
her.
have helped him.
Oh, he's an asshole.
I would have ran
Such
back
a
and probably
dickhead.
spit on him if I were her. Like, because he fucking set her up to have her put on her knees and have a gun held to her
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
He planned on her dying. Like
Yeah.
they thought she would die for the cause.
Right.
Fuck that.
Yeah. I don't think he planned on her dying. I think he was willing to let her die. It wasn't like he was just like, all right, we're going to kill her and get a cause. It was just like, we're going to get a gun pointed to her head. And I'm okay with either way that works
Maybe
out.
so, but he was.
Yeah.
They were basically insinuating they were hoping she would, because that would look great. Like, you
I
know
think
what
the
I'm saying?
girl was insinuating that. He was trying to play it cool.
Keep in mind, in the movie, she knew them for about 3 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, she went
She
to
just
one
met
meeting,
them.
got kicked out, went the next night, and they made the planning, and then the next day they fucking went to Peru.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much
There's no like really.
Their friendship did not last a week.
Her dad's in the UN.
He was a lawyer in the UN,
Yeah.
and he was the guy from Hostel too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was the guy that got eaten by the dogs in the elevator.
Oh shit.
The one businessman that was real hyped up to do it until he fucking got the girl, then he's backed out
Oh,
of it.
he got cold feet. Yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, that's so funny. You're right. Oh, that's funny. So, all right. How do we? It didn't get good ratings or reviews.
Because it's an Eli Roth movie. And
Yeah.
people, majority of like the critics that get spoken about on these fucking websites, like you're not gonna find like a remorgue critic on one of those like movie review websites. You're gonna see like, you know, Reaver
Entertainment
and
Weekly.
shit like that, and people like that don't like his movies. They don't understand them.
No, you're right. You're right. It's not for them.
Here's
Exactly.
how much people didn't like his movies. The estimated budget for it was $6 million. Opening weekend, it made 3.5
Oh,
Jesus.
that sucks.
gross.
Also,
US
that
7.1.
movie was originally released in 2013. Like that, this movie's been made,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like he just opened it up in Sundance or one of those independent films.
Yeah.
Well, to make more
And-
money because
yeah.
nobody knew about it.
Yeah, he was trying to get a big company to latch onto it.
Yeah. But that's the sad part, you know, because it went there, you know what I mean, and that's what we are known.
Well, how do you feel about it?
I fucking
Give it a
I
rating.
love this shit. You know, I love this movie. As for, I think it looked great. I think I'm into that like kind of real graphic look in contrast and everything that he does. You know,
Sorry about
like
that.
with Sin City and everything. I like the super high contrast on the green, but the acting was whatever. The main chick, she was kind of good. All the deaths were pretty great.
Her friend was
And-
horrible at acting, though.
Oh yeah, no, there was definitely it's a bell curve here. I grade on a bell curve.
Like,
Like,
you can
some
tell-
shit makes up for other shit,
They just went to her like, "Hey, look, we need 4 lines.
right?
Can you somehow manage it?"
people just
I can
just kill the
do
people.
it.
That's right, just kill the people.
But
And-
there was really no name people or unknown. They're all unknown people, really.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you can't
Only
really.
in other Eli Roth movies. you
Yeah.
know?
yeah.
Anyone that's been in more than one.
And to be fair, if the Eli Roth movies are getting this low of a rating anyway, then
Dude, he can pay him with $10 and a hot dog.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Obviously, I mean he paid them, so there's that. But no, I think I'm gonna give it. It's pretty tough. I liked it. I'm gonna give it a 7.
All right. Fair enough.
You liked it, so you're giving it a 7. A 7's like a shoulder shrug.
No,
No, man. That's a,
five.
14 out of 20.
a 5. A 5 is a shoulder shrug. I think. Because
Yeah.
5 is
Yeah.
midway. It's like, I didn't really care
It's
either
still
way.
6 away from bad. Like 7's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like anywhere between 6 and 10 is usually a pretty decent.
It
movie.
has going for it that I love the style, I love the director, I love Cannibal Holocaust, and I love gore and blood and guts. So I'm biased. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I mean, look at the scaling this way. 5 represents just okay. Everything below 5 is getting worse. Everything above 5 is getting better.
Right.
So 7's pretty good. Me, I think I'm around the same.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, acting was pretty
Right.
There were, like, a couple of good people, though. The Tribe was fucking awesome. I'll give it a 7.5.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm gonna give it just a little bump.
feeling generous.
I mean, I'll be a little more generous because, I mean, honestly, besides the bad acting, everything else in that movie was fucking awesome, I thought.
Yeah.
I'm going... You know what? Honestly, I could probably say maybe do a little more blood. 'Cause
Yeah?
It seemed like when they were, like, chopping that dude up, he really wasn't, like, squirting out blood.
He collected a bowl from his neck.
Yeah, but, like, when he held up his head, you didn't see nothing dripping down. And
Yeah, but
even when he was
that's-
cutting his head off, there was no blood squirting out.
Yeah,
which-
but it ain't Kill Bill. Like, that's
Yeah,
what
but if
bodies
you
really
fucking
do.
start hacking someone's neck off, like, head
There's
off
not that
by
much
their
blood in the
neck.
top of your head.
It doesn't, like, psh, like that either. Like, it just
No,
kinda
but it will be
Does that
pouring
in
out.
in Tarantino movies.
Well, yeah.
It was pouring out from the neck stump, though, from the
For like
body.
a while after.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying not while he was just cutting the head off. Like you didn't really see any blood
Well,
coming
no,
out.
you didn't really see the actual.
should've.
You should have seen that, but you heard it, and that was what the effect. It still got the effect across. You heard the sawing of the blade and the flesh, and
Either
then
way.
the snap.
What would you
What
give
would
it
you
then?
give it?
9.
9?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I also had high expectations for it, and they did not fail me.
Nice.
Because I know I've seen a lot of Eli Roth movies, and none of them have good acting in it. Really.
Well, yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
kind
it's
of what you
all-
expect.
Yeah.
It's all like fresh out of like fucking drama school.
Yeah,
It's a $6
it's
million
it's all in
budget.
the ideas.
Yeah, right.
Like,
So, well, should we have Tonelli rate this one?
If you give it to me, I'm gonna rate it really low.
well, we're not gonna give it to you.
Yeah, let's not bother with that then. All right, so then our average rating is...
How about an uncomfortable level from 0 to 10?
Oh, uncomfortable, 100%. Like unnecessary.
1 to 10.
Like 1 being the best or
No, 1 being the least best and 10 being
10.
the creepiest.
Like
All
that
right,
was
there
like
you go.
12. That was ridiculously uncomfortable.
Because he's not a horror person.
All
No,
right.
uncomfortable to the point of unnecessary.
We'll do it that way. All right, 10.
Fuck
That's
that.
that's what uncomfortable is. As soon as something's
Uncomfortable
unnecessary,
and still
it's
good in the movie is
uncomfortable.
one thing. This was uncomfortable and like this is just doing this because you can do this. Like this is not. For
But that's
any
what
other
makes you
reason.
uncomfortable about it.
8.4. We gave it.
Yeah, that's a good general rating for like horror fans. You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
But you know
it's
what?
definitely...
Who
You
else
gotta
makes
like horror.
movies like that?
we are biased to be fair.
That's
Way biased.
that shit actually happens.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but like that's I don't know. We could
if
go
you're
in
ever
circles
thinking
like
about
that.
taking a stroll through the Amazon,
don't.
Don't. Yeah. You know how
Not
much
to
shit in there
mention-
can give you cancer?
Not to mention Anaconda,
And
which
Cure,
you
maybe.
apparently hate. I was listening to last week's episode, and you apparently hated that movie. You fucking fool.
Yes.
Yeah, but
was-
don't
should-
go to the Amazon. Don't do it. Like
kinda-
white people, don't go down there. Stop.
I can't. Well, black or Puerto Rican either. If you go to buy a Anaconda,
Yeah, to be fair,
they had all races on there.
animals don't give a fuck.
But I kind of want to point out that chick should have got tested after getting fingered with that hook.
Oh, yeah, God only knows. God only knows.
Who only knows what that hook got into?
Yeah.
Broker John, man.
Who
That's,
that hook got into.
Well, it was in the two girls before her. So.
Yeah, so right there, off to a bad start.
Yeah.
Yeah, one girl
Kind of
was pretty
sucks
trashy.
being last. Like,
Well, they're two lesbians, so
yeah, but still,
That's even worse, man. They're whores.
they are probably they're college lesbians, which
I know
means
lesbians. They get around.
which means like they were probably not always lesbians. You know, the type they seem to be would seem to be the type that they weren't always lesbians. They probably had a lot of past.
I'm just
bullshit
saying
with
my
dudes.
And
fear-
then one day they just ran
My
across
fear
the room
of
and
that
bumped
fucking-
clams. And
No, asshole,
my
like-
fear of that hook being inside me or that claw would be the exact same before and after they went into them two girls.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
Just a little worse so as an onlooker though afterwards. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't. It's like you wouldn't want to be the third segment of the Human Centipede. Like It's just terrible. Like, you wouldn't want to be the middle.
But to be
That's
fair,
bad.
you know that thing's been in animals too. You know what I mean? So seeing that hook coming up to go inside you, no.
Yeah, but animals don't have, like, gonorrhea.
But that hook goes into every single person, and you know she don't wash it.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, she was plucking out eyeballs with that hook, like, you know, digging up fucking...
And it's funny, because every time she has it, it's clean. It, like, not clean, but it doesn't look like there's blood and fucking...
Well, you know what you do after chicken wings. Yeah, exactly.
So,
all around, I'd highly recommend it.
oh, definitely.
Looks like we highly recommend it.
If you can handle these type of movies, well, you obviously hear from the type of person that can't handle these type of movies.
Yeah, if you're not a pussy.
But if you can handle these type of movies, you'll be a fan. If you're an Eli Roth fan, obviously you'll be a fan. It's just watch this movie.
What about if you're a fan of Cinderella?
Probably not so much.
No. I mean, if you were like a Rugrats nut, don't bother.
I mean, Rugrats was cool. Rugrats was cool.
I
though.
mean,
I'm just nutty for Rugrats.
Guys, I just love it.
Tommy.
if you lived your life watching like Dawson's
Jesus.
Creek, I mean, you might want to change the channel if this comes on.
Creekhead?
I think Janelle needs to be snapped around, guys.
Nope.
But anyway, so this concludes our review for Eli Roth's Green Inferno. Thanks for listening to the Wizard Nerdcast. As usual, this has been Jane.
Mare.
Tonelli.
Fraud. And DK.
Two of you?
Yes.
Thanks
I'm glad
for
Fraud
listening.
made it.
Good night.